Now, if your meat sauce tastes weak or falls to the bottom of the bowl, it's not the recipe, it's the technique. Let's brown that beef first. I got a medium saucepan here. We have 𝐼 olive oil, our sponsor. Need about a tablespoon in a hot pan. Wait for the shimmer. I have a shimmer. I have a block, a pound block. You're gonna have to have 80-20 on this beef, folks. This is not a dry beef show. That extra fat is gonna come in handy when we get this thing to stick into the pasta. Well, that's coming up later. Right now, break it up. Get a nice wooden spatula if you can. Gives you leverage. Don't touch it, let it go. It's been about 5 minutes. See the browning on there? That's what you want on your meat. Now I'm flipping it around. Leave this stuff stuck on the bottom here. I'm gonna deglaze that. I'll show you what that is. We're gonna salt and pepper our beef now. We're also gonna have salt and pepper in the sauce and some salt in the pasta water, so don't go crazy. And now you can break it up a little bit more. We don't want little meatballs. That's good. How about some pepper? It's a fancy schmancy machine. You got to get one. Good 1/4 teaspoon. And break it up a little more. That is brown beef, ladies and gentlemen. Gray meat is steamed meat. Brown meat is flavor. Learn those two. Do one, not the other. I kept some of the fat from the beef in here, maybe about a tablespoon. I added another tablespoon of 𝐼 olive oil. And now I'm going to add my onions. That's a chopped yellow onion. Now these onions are going to give off water, which is going to help us deglaze browned meat that stayed behind. Now we have the cavalry coming in to rescue it. Season in layers. Another teaspoon of salt. Some more pepper. 1/8 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon, that'll be fine. Let them go till they're a little bit translucent and a bit softened. They're gonna be simmering in the sauce for an hour or two, so don't be too concerned, but you do want to get them not to click against the wood here. If you hear a click, keep going. And just leave it alone now. 3 minutes, good. All right, it's been 3 minutes. I have 4 finely chopped garlic cloves in. Garlic cooks faster. Add it later, like I just did. And mix. Go about a minute on this. You're gonna smell that garlic. That's your tip off to get things rolling to the next step, which is some Italian seasoning, a little bit of red wine. Take down the bitterness. Garlic is well along. Tablespoon Italian seasoning or oregano, whatever you have. This has some marjoram in there, basil, rosemary, thyme, oregano, and toast it. Flavor, baby. At least 10 seconds. Flatten it out. Surface area, all has to touch. And now we want about 1/4 cup of your favorite red wine. Now the real deglazing comes. Get that stuff off the bottom. Mix and scrape, mix and scrape. This is a bowl right here of intense, delicious flavor. If you went this far, I got to give you applause. The rest of it's just a bunch of pouring and looking and checking, but this is the stuff right here. All right, that's been about, I'd say about 2 minutes, more. Now we have some puree, tomato puree, 1 can, 28 ounces, get that in. And you see this stuff left over right here? See that? A little bit of water. Give me a 1/4 cup, swirl it around. It thins out the sauce, but don't worry, we're going to re-thicken it. Boom. It's all mixed. Hasn't bubbled up yet. That's when you add your tomato paste. It's about 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. That'll do. Mix it. So this tomato paste thickens, but the reduction concentrates. That's what we want. We want to get it thick, and we want to get it concentrated. More flavor. Just remember, if your sauce is watery, you did not concentrate it. Now we're going to let this simmer with a cracked top so you don't dirty up your stove like that. It's gonna go, it's gonna spout a little bit. So keep it like that. Now we want it to concentrate. After this additional salt goes in here and some pepper, about 2 teaspoons of salt. Give me about 1/4 of a teaspoon. Some nice black pepper in there. Okay, let's let this concentrate. See, I'm using that word a lot for a reason. Top on, crack it. Let that steam out so it really comes down to flavor. Flavor City, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in 1 hour. I want you to see how thick this is. Crazy thick. Because we're going to add a little pasta water to this sauce after the pasta is cooked to give you a nice cling. So the sauce and the meat clings a little bit to the pasta. We're going to keep this aside, keep it warm. So now we're going to take our cooked meat. Get that all in there. And let's mix this around. That looks great. So let's get that pasta in that salted water. I'm going to show you that. And get that going. We want salt in this water, a lot of salt. It's about 1/3 of a cup in there. We want it to taste like the ocean. I'm going to fill this up with water and start it boiling. So we're going to bring this medium pot filled up halfway with water. We don't want too much water. And we're going to pour 1 pound of the penne pasta in here after it boils. We're going to save some of the pasta water and put it back into this nice thick sauce. That'll help the sauce adhere to this pasta. The meat won't just fall to the bottom of your plate. Everything sticks to everything. It'll be perfect. We have a boil. Get the pasta in. We just want it about 1 inch over the top of the pasta. That water, and it's perfect. Quick stir. Check it in 4 minutes. We want it very al dente because when it goes in the sauce, it's going to also absorb some moisture from that sauce. So let's wait around here. My pasta is very al dente. I'm going to drain it. And I'm going to heat up the sauce in a high edge pan. And we'll just pour pasta in there. And I'm going to give it a mix. I have this on a medium-low flame. And for the thick and the stick, I have some pasta water here. Nice starchy pasta water. It's going to bring everything together. Probably about 1/4 cup is good, maybe 1/3 of a cup. Heat, starch, and agitation. That creates the cling and the thickness. The meat is attached to that pasta. That's what we were going for. Some Parm cheese. Now, if your sauce falls apart, it's not the recipe. It's the technique. We fix kitchen failures here.